on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Rhonda here, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be going over the GFS and European models and what to expect across the United States from now all the way into the rest of May. Well, for a good portion of May. So right now we do have this rainstorm that went from Texas all the way through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Now it's still working its way through Georgia, but the last little bit is working its way through Georgia, and it's currently ongoing in South Carolina and from central North Carolina eastward, and then impacting southeastern Virginia. Now this might go a little bit more westward towards New York City, so the Northeast just in general going to have to be careful for any flooding from that. But we do have a coastal low. Let's see, what time was this be? As of 2 p.m. today, it's going to be off the coast of the Carolinas with North Carolina, and it's going to be bringing more rain and potentially heavy rainfall, especially for you folks out in the Outer Banks. Down here in southeastern Georgia, or southern Georgia in general, we do have some moderate to heavy rainfall following down in that general area, and that really going to help out with those wildfires that's been burning down there in Georgia and also in northern Florida as well. So you guys might get a relief from this drought y'all been under for the most part, and most importantly got those wildfires extinguished for the most part. Now I would say out towards the western Carolinas, you guys might get spotty showers here and there, but for the most part it do look like you guys might remain dry. So you guys might remain under a burn ban. Burn bans might be lifted Raleigh eastward, but I'm not too sure about that. But it might, if we get enough rain, it might happen. Now, some areas in eastern North Carolina are supposed to pick up to an inch of rain. Some just getting just enough rain to eliminate fire danger for a good bit. We do look like we have a cold front coming down southeast and towards the south central part of the United States. Now I do know tonight's low for most of eastern North Carolina is going to be in the low 40s, maybe high 30s. So that might be what this is right here. So again, we do have that rainstorm that went from Texas all the way to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, finishing up Georgia right now. So as of 8 p.m. tonight, most of that rain gonna be gone. We'll still be dealing with some light rain showers across eastern North Carolina. For the most part, at Raleigh, westward, it's gonna be look like done, as that low pressure is still ongoing off the northeastern part of North Carolina, just off the Outer Banks, and kind of near that state line of southeastern Virginia. And then we start seeing northern New York City seeing some, central and northern New York City seeing some rain. Now, it look like it look like it do miss you guys for the most part. It might still see some light rain showers, but for you guys up north, it looks like it's going to miss you guys. Stay out to sea, according to the GFS model. We still have some lingering rain back going stretching through Orlando out into the Gulf and down into the Atlantic as well. And yeah, it do look like it tries to get a little stronger. The low pressure like try to get a little stronger off the coast of the Northeast, and it looked like it tries to go westward into Canada, bring some snowfall as well. It looked like it looked like it's trying to throw in some snow right there as well for parts. So you guys might up there near Maine might see some winter weather here and there, but for the most part, it look like it just stays off. Out west, you guys are pretty quiet. Other than some possible light showers and potentially a thunderstorm for Northern California, Southern Oregon. And then we do have a rain snow mix up here, including Montana, 2 p.m. May 4th. So we is going all the way to, yeah, we still May 4th, 8 p.m. May 4th. We do have probably winter weather advisories might be issued roughly around that time. See, May 4th, I think, is Monday. So we might have some winter weather advisories issued, maybe not tonight, sometime tomorrow, or winter storm warnings for parts of California, not the LA area, but eastern California for any winter weather out there. It'd probably more be a winter storm advisory maybe. But regardless, up here in Canada, we do have some light to moderate and potentially heavy snowfall. And then we do have some rain showers stretching across most of the state. The south, the United States, the south is pretty quiet actually. Miami picking up with some light, moderate rainfall here and there, but it seems like it's not too much of a concern. We do have look like that winter storm tries to get going a little bit stronger right here, bringing heavy snowfall. Might get a couple of inches out of that, but you might switch to rain as well, or it might be a battle zone there. So just gonna have to watch out for that. The west coast is still pretty quiet, other than some more organized rain showers going across Northern California and the southern Oregon. We move that forward all the way to May 5th at 8 a.m. we do have that snowstorm still ongoing across parts of the United States. It's still scattered showers across California. And then down here in Miami, down there in Florida, around that Miami area, still seeing spotted rain showers here and there, if the GFS is correct. That snowstorm gets a little stronger May 6th by 2 a.m. and it's actually approaching northern Texas a little bit. Now, if it's going to go into Texas, I doubt it, but it is a possibility, a low possibility, climate change. But regardless, that is a good going snowstorm right there. Might have some rain mixing here and there, but regardless, it's a good snowstorm. Cold front is right behind it as well. So, I mean, we is cooling off pretty good for parts of the United States, because we just had a few weeks ago a good stretch for most of the United States in the 80s, 90s, potentially 100 temps. I think the West Coast was up to 100 at some points. Right here, the area I just circled, though, we do have moderate to heavy rainfall stretching anywhere from northern Arkansas, well, eastern Texas, northeastern Texas, southeastern Oklahoma through northern Arkansas, all the way up, including Kentucky, and up to the northeast. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty. It seems like it's going to be quieting down just a little bit, trying to get a little break from the tornadoes that went through Oklahoma and Texas, well, the Midwest in general. We did have some up there in Wisconsin a few weeks ago. Idaho, I think, had one as well. So or Illinois, I think it was Illinois that had one, not Idaho. But regardless, hopefully we can get a break from this severe weather that been going on across the South and parts of the Southeast. But I mean, the Carolinas really need the rain. Georgia, Florida really needs the rain to help out with these wildfires that's been burning. We do see by May 6th, by 2 p.m., we could see moderate rainfall or steady rainfall from anywhere from Maine all the way down to eastern Texas. Now, northeastern Mississippi might see some, well, northwestern Mississippi might see some light to moderate rainfall here and there. Same with Louisiana at times. But Tennessee definitely getting it pretty good. We can go into West Virginia, definitely getting it pretty good. Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, just the entire Northeast actually will be seeing potentially some steady rainfall. That snowstorm is still ongoing right there, just north of Texas. I know some of you guys down there in Texas probably hoping, please can it just hit northern Texas? Please can we get some snow? But it looks like that's going to be a close call there. 8 p.m. May 6th, we could have a severe weather outbreak start back across Tennessee, northern Mississippi. We can put eastern Arkansas in that as well. We got to figure out how east will this go. Will it impact the west mountains of North Carolina, or it's going to just head eastward, or it's just going to follow this path all the way up to the northeast and out into the Atlantic. But again, out towards the west coast is pretty quiet for the most part. Yeah, we don't see anything going on out there. Still watching this snow right here. Well, it impact Texas, and it don't impact Texas. It turns into actually rain, and most of the snow is gone. Now, by May 7th at 2 a.m., we do have that severe weather outbreak working its way still across the South. Now, Tennessee is still dealing with it. Northern Alabama is dealing with some steady rainfall, moderate rainfall. Same with Mississippi, just past Jackson. And then we also see in Louisiana, parts of Louisiana, seeing some light to moderate rainfall as well. As that works its way, look like more going to be the northeast. It did look like it do a little shift eastward a little bit, but I don't think it's going to really impact the Carolinas too much. We got to watch that Charlotte area. The mountains of North Carolina are going to have to be one to watch as well. How strong these storms will be, I don't know. We still days out all the way to May 7th. So this is as of 2 a.m. Seeing some steady rainfall across the northeast, including New York City. And we move that forward. That low pressure is all the way up north. We do still have that severe weather stretching through parts of Georgia and South Carolina, including the Atlanta area. Might see some strong thunderstorms with those. And most of North Carolina is seeing some more rainfall, steady rainfall. Might be heavy at times, especially across that Charlotte area, potentially, and maybe Fayetteville. Down towards Alabama, we've seen some light to moderate rainfall. Same with Mississippi, just Jackson southward actually, seeing some light to moderate rainfall. But nothing too concerning there. Out west is still pretty quiet. Gotta watch out for if this turns into a drought, because it's been quiet for a good bit around this time frame now. Then we still going into 2 p.m. May 7th, still seeing some rain stretching from the Carolinas all the way down there to Louisiana, or we can put into the Gulf actually. Then we still have that low pressure all the way up north, bringing some heavy rainfall for parts of Maine, well, all of Maine, parts of New York. So it's just going to be pretty active. It'll have a cold front following right behind it as well. and then that tapers off and don't bother anybody else other than the sea. We still have some back in moisture up north, actually, near Maine. Might see some snow mixed in here and there, but mainly gonna be rain. Um, and the West Coast is still quiet. So we're gonna have to hope we don't get any drought conditions out towards the West Coast, especially as we get closer to the summer months, because we don't need another incident that happened last year with the LA fires. I think it was last year for the LA fires. So going into 2 p.m. May 8th, we do still have that back end rain that we're potentially going to be stretching from Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, work its way through the Carolina, well, Georgia and the Carolinas, and then eventually up north. But it looked like it's just staying there for a little bit. Low pressure tries to get going across the central part of the United States. It gets a little stronger, bringing more widespread rain up towards that general region right there. It's pretty quiet in the southeast. Spotted rain showers just south of Jacksonville, Florida. West Coast is still pretty quiet. Low pressure is staying there just a little bit, spreading a little bit more. West Virginia might pick up with some moderate rainfall. Eventually going into New York, western Pennsylvania and central Pennsylvania, seeing moderate to light to moderate rainfall. And then it just starts moving more eastward now and eventually impacting New York City. Yep, and it gets a little stronger. Cold front just north of it as well. We see some snow back up there in Canada. West Coast is still pretty quiet as of May 9th at 2 p.m. So, and then we still have some moisture off the coast of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and southeastern North Carolina. But look like that don't impact none of us. Now we do have widespread rain, moderate rainfall, potentially heavy as well at times, from the northeast all the way to the northeastern part of the Outer Banks. Out west is still pretty quiet. We still see potentially a rain snow mix up here in Canada. Might impact Montana a little bit. It might. Then we down here in Mexico, we do see some scattered showers. Might get organized a little bit. Yep. Now we is in May 10th, so we are days out for any of this happening. A lot of stuff is going to switch back and forth, especially with the GFS. But up north, we're still seeing the steady rainfall going across, including New York City. It might be a flooding issue that continues. And then we do have some moisture off the coast of the Carolinas, but for the most part, the southeastern and the central part of the United States is pretty quiet, except parts of Texas. We are still seeing potentially a severe weather outbreak might break out in one of those regions. Might see a strong thunderstorm here and there. And then we also have the West Coast is still pretty quiet. So we're days out. So let's go ahead and switch to the European model to see what the European model is saying. Let's move that back. So we're going to start off May 2nd at 5 a.m. this morning. We have them storms still working through southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and southern Alabama, and still working its way into, finishing into Georgia. Already starting to get going in South Carolina and parts of North Carolina, according to the European. We have a strong storm off the coast of the Outer Banks. It's not going to impact anybody, just the fishes out in the sea. And then by 8 a.m. this morning, the storm was pretty much done for Texas. Well, it was done for all of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, finishing up Alabama, just continuing through Georgia, and it's going to be working its way through South Carolina and North Carolina and southeastern Virginia. We move that forward a little bit more. 11 a.m. May 2nd, still today, Saturday, we still see them storms finishing up Georgia, for southern Georgia. Now that's the area right there we see the red. Much rain is needed for that area because those is where the wildfires is burning in Georgia, and then northern Florida as well. I think parts of Florida, or a good chunk of Florida, when I checked this morning, around 11 something was under tornado watches. And then just south of that, around that Miami area, I don't think it really quite got to Miami, just Fort Lauderdale, and then north, then you have red flag warnings as well. So I mean, I don't know if those tornado watches were stretched even further south into Florida, including Miami, but it's possible that could have happened. And then eastern, from Raleigh eastward, you're still seeing some steady rain showers by 11. Then by 2 p.m., it's currently 1:39 as I'm filming this video. The rainfall is going to stop for Raleigh all the way out towards the mountains. Seem like it weakens a little bit. We still have some strong storms off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, and then eastern North Carolina still seeing some steady rainfall all the way out into the Outer Banks. And then it looks like it should just be about done for all of us in the south. Probably some scattered rain showers across New Hanover and Brunswick County by 5 p.m. today. So it was a good amount of rainfall. We needed it because I mean the drought that's been going on. But the West Coast seeing some scattered rain showers from Washington State, parts of Oregon, Northern California. For the most part, they are pretty quiet. Most of the United States is pretty quiet. Move that forward by 8 p.m. tonight. All that rain will be not impacting anybody else. We might have some scattered rainfall across Tampa and Orlando, and maybe some scattered rainfall across, well, showers across Jacksonville, Florida, but that's not too much of a concern. But most of that rain is off the coast of Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia. It seems like it's heading more out to sea. We do have a low pressure tries to get going up towards the northeast, though, so we're going to have to watch to see where that goes. We do have a cold front right behind it, so that might be the cold front that's going to impact the Carolinas tonight and Sunday night as well. But regardless, out west is still pretty quiet. Still seeing some scattered showers across Nevada. And then by 2 a.m. May 3rd, we still have that low pressure off of the northeast. It might impact, yeah, it grazed New York City actually, but it is some strong storms out there in the sea, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's any hazardous sea advisories or alerts or warnings actually issued out into the Atlantic. But for the most part, the United States is pretty quiet. Scattered rain showers going across central part of the United States, scattered rain showers across California at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Sunday morning. We move that forward about 2 p.m. Let's go to 2 p.m. It's 5, 2. Okay, 2 p.m. We do see some moderate rain showers going, well, steady rain actually going across Maine, but and that was from the system that was previously down here in Texas. And then it eventually works its way to Canada, bringing light snowfall for certain parts of Canada. We could see a low pressure form over California. Well, that California and Arizona state line there, and it also is bringing some moderate rainfall for parts of California, but nothing too concerning there. And it holds on to that a little bit. Going at 8 p.m. May 3rd, it's pretty quiet across the United States, northern part of the United States into Canada. We are seeing some moderate rain showers as well, but nothing too concerning. Seems like the rain is taking a break. Now, the European is doing the same thing the GFS is, not bringing much rainfall across the West Coast, including Washington State, Oregon, and California. So it's going to be a situation we're going to have to watch out. Is they're going to start having drought issues because they're not seeing much rain as well, according to the GFS and European models, or just not enough. Going into May 4th at 5 a.m., we could see some heavy snowfall for certain parts of Canada. Cold front is trying to come into the United States. Down here towards the south, we do have off of Florida, we do have some storm activity right there. So I don't think it's really going to impact them too much. Yeah, I know probably going to see some scattered showers across Fort Lauderdale, Miami here and there. We could see some scattered rain showers across parts of the mountains of North Carolina. It's working its way through southwestern Virginia, but for the most part, it is pretty quiet across the United States still. Scattered rain showers across the northeast as well. By 11 a.m. May 4th, it's still pretty quiet across the United States. Now, Northern California could see some moderate, potentially heavy rainfall at times, but and it's probably some scattered rain showers across parts of LA, but that's not too much of a concern. They're still dealing with a moderate snowfall going across northern Canada as well. And then parts of Maine, we are seeing some moderate rainfall as well, light to moderate rainfall. But for the most part, the entire United States is pretty quiet. We still have that storm off the coast of Florida and Georgia, but it's not going to impact anybody. That the European is saying at 5 p.m. May 4th, those showers starts getting a little bit more widespread across California. Might see some moderate rainfall here and there in parts of LA. But for the most part, Northern California is seeing some moderate to potentially heavy rainfall. That snowstorm in Canada is weakening. Just west of it, we still have some moderate rainfall, well, snowfall. But for east of it, it's still some moderate, potentially heavy rainfall as well. Parts of the United States still seeing some scattered showers, but not too much of a concern. And then going into 11 p.m. at May 4th, we could see some strong thunderstorms going across this region right here. Now that might strengthen or it might weaken, so we're just gonna have to watch out for that. That's kind of the same area that had tornadoes for the past few days. Well, just a few days ago. It was basically a multi-day severe weather event for parts of Texas. Oklahoma definitely, who had an EF4 on the ground for I think 30 minutes, only injuring 10. Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, I think Alabama, and also Tennessee. Move that forward at 2 a.m. That's still hanging on by May 5th. Parts of Arkansas, I could see some strong thunderstorms, just northwestern Arkansas. And then this general region right here could see some strong thunderstorms possible. I don't think a tornado threat is too likely there because it's like so small, but it's possible as well across the Midwest. Then we do the area I just circled. Northern California is still dealing with some moderate, potentially heavy rainfall, and that region right there is as well. So that's basically it for this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. If it's God's will, make sure you stay safe out there, stay dry. If you was impacted by this rainstorm that went from Texas all the way up through to southeastern Virginia. And with that being said, it's your boy Rondé out.